Hello, good morning, everyone. We are now day 11 on our 100-day challenge. So, yesterday I told you the good ones went quiet. They got off the apps, they put up walls, they disappeared into real life. So, the obvious question is where did they go? And today I finally get to give you the good news because after 10 days of me telling you what's broken and what you keep getting wrong, you've earned it. The good ones didn't vanish. They gathered, and there are a handful places that they gather that almost nobody in this whole conversation talks about. And the best part, one of those doors you can walk through tonight from your own couch 10,000 miles away. But before I show you the doors, let me give you the principle because it's the whole thing. So, dating apps sort people by loneliness. The only thing you have in common with anyone there is that you're both looking. Communities, on the other hand, sort people by love. You walk in already sharing the one thing that matters before either of you says a single word. And here's the quiet magic in that a scammer can fake a profile in an afternoon. She cannot fake showing up to something she loves. The community is the vetting. Time and presence are the one thing no catfish on earth can counterfeit. So stop looking where the lonely look. Go where people who love something gather. And there are four doors I want to hand you today. So, door number one, the one you can open tonight. Foreigners reacting to Filipino music and videos on Filipino culture. I'm serious. Stay with me. There's a whole world now of people overseas who started reacting to Filipino artists online. No agenda, just curiosity. And slowly, one song and one video at a time, they fell in love. Not with a person, but with the culture, the music, the heart in it, the stories. And the fans found them. That little parasocial thing. Oh, this stranger loves what I love quietly turned into something real, real friendships. And then some of them visited, and the fans threw them a welcome, meetups, dinners, actual human beings. And I know more than a few who are planning to move here, not for a girl they swiped, but for a community that became home. Let me give you real ones so you know I'm not making this up, yeah? There's a Filipino reactor the fans call the OG, one of the first to react to the group SB19, who cared so much he made a whole documentary series about them on his own time for free, just because he believed in what they were doing so much. There's also Melanie, she's from Australia, who got so pulled in she learned Tagalog just to understand all the songs and is practically an ambassador now for the group. There's also the guy who started his channel just a few months ago, and I watched it explode purely on the joy of it. He's now planning to move to Baguio to be near where the live music happens. You see what that is? None of them came looking for love. They came because they loved the thing. And I want to be very clear because I know how some of you are already thinking. This is not a trick to meet women, and I can prove it because it's not only men who do this. Melanie is a woman. She didn't learn a language to find a husband. She did it because she genuinely fell in love with something beautiful. That's the posture. That's the whole secret. You don't enter to take something out. You enter because you love the thing, and the belonging did the rest. Let me tell you one story that says it all. A Taiwanese father took his teenage daughter to a little cafe where the local fan club was throwing a birthday party for one of the SB19 members. And he noticed two things. One, the fan club. It was so varied in ages, from young kids to teens, people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, even seniors. And also, the second one he noticed is the energy in that room. It was very positive. Strangers meeting for the first time, welcoming each other like family, warm, open, genuinely happy over something they all loved. And it moved him. This grown man in his 50s got curious, went home, and actually listened to the lyrics and became a fan himself. He said it changed how he saw the whole thing, and he felt at ease that his daughter belongs in a community that genuinely loves her. And here's my theory on why 18, that's SB19's fandom community, feels like that. I think we're a people who've been starved of care, of good news, of support from our own government. So when someone rises up from out of nothing and makes us proud, we hold on to them for dear life like a beacon of light. SB19, Alex Ayala, Manny Pacquiao, and Efren Reyes before them. They become a light we all gather around just to celebrate being alive, being Filipino together. If you ask me, I think that's the real engine under Pinoy pride. Their win feels like our own win because we needed the win so badly. And that warmth spills onto anyone who loves what we love, which is why a foreigner who shows up with real appreciation gets welcomed like blood. And there's one thing that opens that door faster than anything else: learn the language, even a little. Take Kuya Kurt. He's a food vlogger who was a missionary here 20 years ago and speaks Tagalog like he was born to it. Watch what happens around him. He isn't treated like a tourist, he's treated like family. His channel is huge here. His fans adore him. His own brothers came to actually visit. I think they're still here. And they felt just as hard for the people and the food and the welcome. He's so beloved, he's been guested on one of the biggest local podcasts. And it's not because he's charming, it's the language. The second you speak even a little Tagalog, something shifts. You stop being a curiosity, people are a bit nervous to approach, and you become a person they can actually talk to. The wall comes down. They're not worried about their English anymore. They just see you. So put it in your plan. You don't have to be fluent, you just have to try. Trying out loud in someone's own language is one of the most respectful things a foreigner can do here, and people feel it instantly. Real quick, if this is landing, give it a like so it finds the person who needs it most. And if you're just meeting me, this is the last of a 10-day walk about understanding a Filipina. Go back to day 5 and watch it in order. It'll change how you see all of this. Okay, 3 more doors and it's faster now. Door number 2, volunteering. Give your time to something that matters here, and you will be shoulder to shoulder with the best people this country makes. Look at a place like Gawad Kalinga Enchanted Farm. It's a social enterprise up in Bulacan where people build livelihoods for the poor. They take volunteers. You show up, you work, you build something real. And the kind of Filipina who volunteers her weekends to lift other people up, that's not a woman you have to vet. Her character is already on display. There's a whole list of these, and the sign up process takes a few steps. So I've put together a free guide with the active programs and exactly how to join. So you can grab it in the description. All right, door number 3 for the professionals and the builders. Join the business communities. There are live networking events run by people like the host of Breaking Ground PH, where serious Filipino entrepreneurs and investors gather. There are also Toastmasters clubs all over Manila and Cebu, run by professionals and local leaders growing the next generation. And guests can just walk in and visit for free. There are also improv classes, which are honestly the fastest way to make warm, unguarded friends in a new city. And there are startup groups here that welcome foreigners. These rooms are full of driven, grounded, accomplished people, and yes, a lot of accomplished single women. The guide in the description has these too: where to find them and how to get in. All right, door number 4, church communities. And I'll be honest, this one runs deep here. If faith is part of your life, look at Singles for Christ. It's the single side of Couples for Christ, built for single men and women, and it's active all over the country and welcomes foreigners. You go through a program together, you serve together, you build real bonds. For a certain kind of man looking for a certain kind of woman, there is no more solid ground than this. Oh, one more door, guys, and let's call it the bonus door. Whatever you used to love doing, like hiking, running, reading, any of it, pick it back up here. There's a Facebook group for almost every hobby in this country. The joining fee is also next to nothing, and a room full of people who love what you love is the easiest place on earth to belong. One tip: the hiking communities in Manila are full of young professionals, men and women. We call them weekend warriors. I was one. It was our escape from the incessant grind over the week. And they are honestly the nicest bunch to run into on the trail. So think about it, because some of us forget our hobbies as we get older. Consider this your reminder. Now, the one honest catch, and it applies to every single door. This only works if the love is real. The second you treat any of these, the fandom, the volunteer farm, the church, like a hunting ground, they'll feel it instantly, and they should. You'll be the man who showed up to a wedding to work the room. So come for the thing itself or don't come at all. And I know that this one takes time and planning, so have it in your blueprint before you come here. And ladies, quick word for you because this cuts your way too. A man who genuinely loves what you love, who did the quiet and glamorous work of showing up long before he ever met you, that tells you more than any expensive dinner ever could. Don't overlook the sincere one in the group. That might be the realest signal you'll ever get. And here's the honest part: a lot of the time, you won't even know your own real intentions going in. And that's okay. Most of us don't get clear on what we actually want until something real holds up a mirror. So show up for the thing itself and let the community show you who you are, whether you came to belong or you came to take. Let it. That's the whole gift of doing it this way. So here's where I land, and it ties up everything we've done these 10 days. Stop trying to date the Philippines, start loving it. Fall for the music, the people, the language, the work, the faith. For real. And the strangest thing happens. You stop being a tourist standing outside the dating market and you become a member of something. And members don't have to hunt, they show up, they belong, they let the right people find them. The good ones were never hiding from men who love what they love. So go love it. The doors have been open the whole time. And one last honest thing before you go: hope is a beautiful thing, but hope is only worth something when it's carrying a plan. So bring the hope, bring all of it. Just don't come empty handed. Get yourself ready first. Start learning a few words of Tagalog every day while you're at it. And then walk through the door. So, tonight, one gentle question: what's one thing about the Philippines you already love? Is it the food, the music, the culture, a song, a place, a cause, anything? Tell me below. Whatever it is, that's your door and you can start there. Tomorrow, we turn a corner. Now we go into the harder stuff, the fantasy busters, the questions inside these relationships that people argue about that badly need some honest answers. We start with the big one: the age gap, the real why and the real dangers. So come, walk with me for now.